Hi there. In this video, we're going to do a comparison between our website technology and the predominant competitor, WordPress. The fact is, our technology is not only superior to WordPress, but the overall experience of development and ongoing maintenance is tremendously better than WordPress. So let's get started and talk about this. To begin, easy editing. When you take a look at our platform, it is the most easy, straightforward, absolutely simple technology when it comes to adding content, maintenance, and editing. It is absolutely simple. It's easy to add images. It's easy to go through and add text. It's easy to add buttons, and it's easy to work with. When you do a comparison between our editor and WordPress, it is night and day. WordPress was designed as a blog platform, blogging platform for people to post written information with some embedded images. Now, there are plugins, extra add-on tools that cost money that can turn WordPress into a platform that is somewhat comparable to our editor. However, it is absolutely never going to be as easy to work with as our platform for a whole variety of reasons. The first is, when you take a look at our editor, when you go in here and you start to use it, you can see that, yeah, it includes all this page editing stuff, right? We can add buttons, text, spacers, columns. We can add accordions. We can add images, image sliders, maps, all kinds of different stuff. Really simple. And of course, there's a wide array of stuff here, most of which would cost extra as plugins on WordPress. But there's also website personalization. And I'm going to skip ahead here, and I'm going to go down here to website personalization on our websites in this list, because website personalization is one of the most bedrock important things for you to understand when it comes to the superiority of our platform. What website personalization is basically where the website can be designed and developed to display content depending upon various criteria of the visitor. Is the website having a special promotion? Is the visitor nearby? Is it a first-time visitor? Is it a returning visitor? Is it a holiday? Is the visitor visiting during off hours? Are we out of the office? Are we having a lunch special? Based upon a whole variety of different criteria, we can have different content load. We can have coupons load. We can have special introductory offers load. We can have a pop-up that says call us. We can have one that says email us. We can have one apologizing for being out of the office. We can have another one telling somebody close by to come on over. We're having a special. So we have the ability to make the website alive. It's a living thing. It's responding to outside factors and criteria. And WordPress absolutely cannot do this. It can with tremendous amounts of editing and work, tons of custom code, but WordPress out of the box has no technology comparable to this whatsoever. This alone makes our platform dramatically superior. But then there's something else, very important. It's called a CDN. And this is foundational to our platform, and this is something you need to study a little bit on your own, right? You need to go out there and research what software as a service means, maybe read about it a little bit, take some interest in your job, take some interest in what you're doing, and go over to Google and self-educate, at least on these terms, right? It's very important that you do this, but I'm going to give you an explanation now anyway. CDN stands for Content Distribution Network, or Cloud Distributed Network. There's different ways that people pronounce this and different meanings to the acronym, but basically it's a content delivery network. And that means that there's a network of computers all over the world. There's servers in Asia, there's servers in North America, there's servers in South America, there's servers over in Central Asia and in Europe. And whenever anybody goes and accesses the website, it pulls from the closest server to them and loads it up and displays the website. That's our setup. With WordPress, that's not the case. With WordPress, you have a single server somewhere out there on the web. Could be a good server, could be a bad server, could be well-maintained, poorly maintained, not maintained at all, right? That's at the behest of the hosting company, the developer, usually. So with this model, the WordPress model, something happens to that computer, what happens? Website goes offline. With us, something happens to one of these computers. The server goes offline, the site doesn't. It simply switches to the backup redundant copy that's residing on the server located somewhere else, and it loads a little bit slower. Now, beyond the obvious superiority here, the obvious benefit of having your site load from a server that's located nearby, and therefore load very quickly, there's some other kind of hidden benefits to this model. Our platform is one of the only Google PageSpeed optimized services out there. What this means is that basically Google said, we are going to give a boost or a benefit to websites that load quickly, in particular quickly on mobile. Quick and mobile friendly sites are going to get a benefit. With us, we get that benefit because our backbone is Amazon Web Services, AWS, and our sites load lightning fast because there's a CDN. And so we get the Google PageSpeed benefit. This translates into a benefit for all of our clients because it means that their sites load fast and they get a benefit in search. That's a huge plus for us, and it's a huge negative for WordPress. Now, also because of this model, we have excellent, amazing security and antivirus technology. When you're looking at this setup, this represents centralized administration. This means that sites are all being administered by one central authority. We have an antivirus system, goes out there, scans, detects a virus, boom, every single server, every single site is bulletproofed. With WordPress, it could be days, it could be weeks, it could be months before the administrator, whoever that is, decides to update the antivirus definitions on that computer. But they don't have to just worry about WordPress, right? They don't. They have to worry about every single plugin that goes on that WordPress machine. Of all the exploits that take down WordPress sites, many of them are on the operating system, right? Many of them are on the web server, which is Apache. Many of them are on WordPress's plugins, which there are hundreds of them, thousands collectively. WordPress plugins essentially give WordPress most of the functionality that makes it even a viable competitor. It makes it viable at all to host a website. WordPress is built out of plugins. And though not in this list, there's an enormous problem with that. When it comes to having a website that's plugin based like WordPress, you have to understand that updates are necessary, right? Viruses come along, there's issues with the server, new versions of plugins come out with new features. Whenever you update a plugin, whenever you go and update that machine, that website, you run a very real risk of taking down the entire site. And backups are not automated like they are with us, right? They can be, but they generally are nowhere near as seamless. With our platform, backups are being done automatically, right? It's as simple as a click of a button to restore your site. Not that you ever really have to because it's on a CDN, which means that the sites never really go offline, and we don't have individual plugins that conflict with one another and take down the website. It's never happened. It's not part of this technology, this platform. With WordPress, you better hope your backup holds, and you better hope your backup was good. And you're usually in for a fairly lengthy process. And you're usually going to lose some data. It's by far not up to the minute, may not even be up to that day or even that week, depending upon how it was set up. And again, you're at the mercy of that individual development house. How good are they at backups? How good are they at firewalling the site? Do they firewall the site? Do they manage their servers? Do they have a third party manage them? Who's in charge? Who knows? We don't know. Neither does the client. And this is a major, major problem when it comes to WordPress websites because it's so spotty. There is no centralized WordPress doing, anything. It's a piece of software. It's installed. The company installs it. It's as good as their installation. Bug, worry-free updates and upgrades. Website forever. This is a very real benefit of the platform. And where you should go to learn about this is on your website. Go onto the site. Go and take a look over there. Pull it up and read and watch the videos and learn. It's right here. It's under our solutions, web development, web design. You can go and learn and research the site technology. But basically, a major, major part of the benefit from us, right, when it comes to bug and worry-free updates and upgrades, is the fact that as new technologies emerge, as we roll out new features, new benefits, they're just going to pop up in here, right? It's not like we have to take the site down, take it offline, go and reconstitute it or rebuild it. Not at all. Your website will just keep getting upgraded as new stuff rolls out here and going on forever. With WordPress, not at all. When you have a WordPress site, the site basically, the day that it launches, begins to decay or rot. The day that it's put upline, that version of WordPress is aging, and so are the plugins, and so is everything. And many times the updates and upgrades that are supposed to make the site more advanced end up taking the site down or out. So a lot of developers just opt to never do updates, right? The site is the way it was the day we built it, and we will not do updates. We will not change. Or, which is very relevant to bug and worry-free updates and upgrades, is the fact that developers will charge loads of money for the most simplex things, the simplest little stuff, right? Adding a contact form. Oh, I want a form on that page. Well, that'll be $200. Boom. Here you just drag it and drop it. Anyone who operates Facebook, I think you'll agree, can go in here and operate this. And our editor, it's not only superior, it loads on all smartphones and tablets. So a business owner can go ahead and they can perform basic updates, basic maintenance themselves. That's a part of worry-free updates and upgrades, the ability to self-maintain, to not be reliant financially or otherwise, or technologically or otherwise, upon a developer. Automatic content optimization. The way it works with WordPress is when you have a piece of content, let's say that it's a video, let's say that it's an image. Image is a better example. And you want to put it on your website. That image might be 10 or 20 megabytes. We don't know. If the end client goes and drags and drops a 20 meg image into a WordPress site, it's going to load up and it's going to be there at 20 megs. And it is going to slow the site down to a crawl, especially for mobile visitors. Not so with our platform. Images that go up here, the platform itself automatically compresses and optimizes them. So everything is done for you. Again, something we thought of, the other guys didn't. Search friendly out of the box. And this really speaks to the CDN and Google page speed, but also our platform out of the box is designed from the get-go to be search engine optimized. On-page optimization is largely taken care of for you with the platform. Very simple, very beneficial, and it allows the platform to function as, a search engine optimized site from day one. WordPress, again, there are some great SEO plugins for WordPress, but you have to install them, you have to pay for them, you have to configure them, you have to maintain them, you have to update them, you have to make sure that there's no viruses that are out that are targeting those plugins. That's one of the problems too. Plugins are used as exploits or positions of ingress for getting at a website, and there are literally hacker groups out there that sit and scan the web for obsolete versions of WordPress they can exploit and take over websites just for the fun of it. Low cost of ownership. Platform here, when it comes to WordPress, you are going to pay and pay and pay. You want maintenance, you want changes, you want edits, you want revisions, you want, keep your site up to date. You're going to pay and pay and pay. With our platform, not at all. Pay once, have the site developed, and from there on out, you can self-maintain if you wish. And it's simple. But if you do want to pay to have maintenance done, certain things changed or, whatever it is, it's incredibly affordable. It's not so with WordPress. Internal integrated features, low cost, free, and secure. And this is a big one because WordPress out of the box doesn't have many features. You rely upon a suite of free, open source, as well as paid for and proprietary plugins to give WordPress its functionality. With us, the stuff is integrated right there, being centrally maintained, no viruses, no security breaches, no problems. It's all just taken care of for you. It's very straightforward, very easy to leverage and utilize. And as time goes on, more and more and more stuff is placed in here as we develop new plugins and new widgets and new capabilities. It's all going to be placed inside here at your fingertips. This is a major advantage because it puts you in a situation where, the integrated features are right there out of the box. You don't have to worry about adding things in. We talked about website personalization. And we talked about Google page speed optimization. So, going back here for just a moment, a very important part of all this and understanding the advantages that you have with our platform is doing your own research, going out and researching software as a service, researching WordPress, researching on the website, watching the videos, looking at the features, and watching all the videos and all the materials that are presented to you. The fact is our platform has many major advantages over WordPress for the average user, for the average client. 99% of the time, it's going to be head and shoulders better. The rare cases where somebody has a near limitless budget and they wish to have some kind of extremely complex and high-end programming done, you're never going to encounter. But if you did, in those cases, you're not going to offer them WordPress anyway. Because the fact is, when it comes to ultra high-end development, WordPress isn't even good there. This is a platform that launched in 2003, that rose to preeminence in an environment where it had no competition, and is today basically living on its past. WordPress sites aren't going anywhere. You're going to encounter them. And when you do encounter them, don't be afraid. Don't feel that you're selling something inferior, because you're not. You're selling something that is absolutely better than WordPress in every conceivable way.